What is up, y'all? Welcome to another Wednesday night Q&A live stream here on the Jeffroz FishKeeping channel. I thought I'd go ahead and get started a little bit early tonight because Joel was done live streaming, and we only get to go for an hour on Wednesday night, so I thought I'd go ahead and jump on into it. I got Dozer back here, and those of you that was at Joel's channel and saw Mr. Chips licking his butt, Dozer cannot lick his butt, so you guys don't have to worry about seeing that. Dozer, you can't lick your butt, can you, buddy? Nope, he can't. He cannot. He can't reach. Alright, so what is everybody up to tonight? Monday night live stream was cray. I think at one time we had 65 people. And I was really surprised because the last time I had a large amount of people, I had to shut the stream down because I was having issues. And everybody that was coming on Monday night's live stream at the beginning had to keep on refreshing because it was doing an error. Go ahead and lay down, buddy. Lay down. Lay down. Quit sniffing that fish food. But anyhow, it didn't cause any, I mean, people had to keep on refreshing, but it didn't cause me to lose a bunch of people that were here Monday night, which was really good. It was a success, and really excited about that. So let's go ahead and get into the chat. Remember, Wednesday night is Q&A. I did put up a new little poll series that I'm going to try to run with. It's a would you rather type of poll. So go ahead and don't forget to vote on the poll tonight, because one of the, I'll go ahead and tell you, it's like, would you rather go without internet or would you rather go without cell phone? And I just went, counting sleep, I guess, I just went like 15 hours without a cell phone. I've been having issues for the last couple of months charging my cell phone, and it's gotten worse and worse. And the last 2 nights, like, you know, Monday night I spent like 30 minutes trying to get it to charge and finally got it to charge. Last night I went to bed at midnight and gave up. I worked on it like an hour and couldn't get it to charge. This morning worked on it, couldn't get it to charge, and finally I did get it to charge today. I got it to charge all the way up. I've got it on the charger now. I've already bumped it once, but it's back on, so it's charging. My new phone won't be here till Friday, I think, so it's kind of stressful. You never realize what it's like until it's gone. All right, let's see who all is in the chat. We got Daryl Deemer. What is up, Daryl? Real thing for you fish tanks. Pete Berlinski. What is up, guys? Oddball Aquatics is here. Dank Tanks is in the house. What is up, Dank? Remind me, I keep on forgetting to talk to you. We need to talk about getting those frogs shipped, man. I know every time you bring it up, I keep on shooting it down, but I was looking ahead, and I just don't know what safe temperatures are to ship frogs. If you know better than me about it, we'll go ahead and get it rolling maybe by the beginning of the week or something like that. But we need to talk about that because I'm sure you're tired of feeding my frogs. Welcome to the live stream, Dank. Nice to see you. I know I haven't got to talk to you very much today, but hopefully I'll get this phone figured out. Adrian Castillo is in the house. What is up, Adrian? Nice to see you, buddy. Mary from RNH2O is here. What is up, Mary? Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Haven't got to talk to you today much either. So hopefully you're doing good. Turbo Fish is in the house. What is up, AJ? Nice to see you. King Lee is in the house from Twin City Guppies. What is up, King Lee? Nice to see you, buddy. Looks like you guys had a good time this last weekend. Keith Boardley is in the house. Jamie McDonald. Jeff Chambers. What is up, guys? Nice to see you. Sound-wise, is my sound not sounding very good, guys? I just got a text that said sound is not good, maybe. Dank says you should push that video off till Halloween. I contemplated that. At first, I thought that it was going to be on Halloween, and I thought that was going to be really cool. Then I thought about maybe putting it out this week to give it a whole week of having traction, you know, because I really feel good about the video. I think it's a really good video. I hate uploading on a day that I normally don't do an upload, though. And the reason why is because the last time I did that, it did kind of mess up my views for like 2, maybe 3 weeks. It really did. There was a lot of weird things that happened to me for like 2 weeks on my channel whenever I switched from uploading videos on Mondays to uploading on Tuesdays. It really did. I mean, it hurt the views. It really did. Big E's is in the house. What is up, Big E's? The JQ channel is here. What is up, JQ? Guppy Puppies is in the house. What is up, Guppy Puppies? Turbo Fish says, I just realized Dank can put me in timeout. That is funny. Jen Lynn Moreland is in the house. What is up, Jenny Lynn? Maple Street Aquatics is here. Victor from V-Stag. Joel Gillett is in the house. What is up, guys? Carbon Really is here. Wow. All the cool people are here today. Angelo's Fish Tanks is here. Mike from Mile High Plecos. Barbara Jackson. What's up, guys? Jesse from HC Aqua's in the house. Yo. What is up, man? JQ channel says everybody who just joined, hit that like button. Thanks a lot. Oh boy, I just lost the chat there for a second. 54 Punchies in the house. What is up, Pam? Science Gal Aquatics is here. Mr. D's Tanks and More is here. Everything I Know is here. I like that name. It's kind of cool. I remember the day that you subscribed to my channel. I thought it was everyone I know, though, whenever I was commenting to you, but it was just like, everything I know, subscribe to you. It's kind of cool. Dank Tank says, yeah, dude, it's an early cold. If the nighttime is above 40, we're good. I just got to order heat packs, etc. There's one night next week that is above 40 on the overnight temp, but that's a week ahead. It might be better than that. But there is one night next week I did see whenever I was looking at the forecast yesterday or the day before, something like that. I just keep forgetting to bring it up to you. Let's see if I missed anybody else. Dubrexy21 is in the house. Good day, Jeffro. Just really enjoyed your 50-gallon lowboy setup. Lots and lots of sucky fish. Yeah, and there's more than that than what there was in the video too, because sometime around that time whenever I was doing that video, I had another clutch about the same size, and I'm not even kidding. I mean, gigantic clutch, and those went ahead and turned into babies, and I went ahead and put those in there probably a little over a week ago or so. So I would say there's in excess of 400 baby plecos in there, somewhere around in there. Somewhere between 300 and 400, I would guess. So right now it's just a grow out tank, but eventually I'm going to turn it into like maybe a Hypan Cistrus community pleco tank. Just do a bunch of one-offs. So I'll need to get busy on, I'm not going to breed any more albinos for a long time because I've got plenty. I mean, it's crazy. So I've got the male and the females apart, so they can't do it anymore. The JQ channel says, don't forget about me, Jeffro. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I didn't have one for like 2 years, and it was awesome. Okay. Get rid of it. Sound is fine. Okay. It's probably, I'm afraid to touch my phone, so you probably got more in that text message than what I can see. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. Alright. Getting close. Bald and Dangerous is here. What is up, Dougie? Nice to see you, man. River Life is here. What is up? The name was unexpected. Even I didn't even know how it popped in my head. That's funny. I was scheduling my live streams ahead, but I think that had something to do with the error problem that I was having on Monday night stream. I think it was something to do with the stream key. So I went ahead and deleted the 2 that I had up, and I will just schedule my streams one at a time. It's not worth it for me to schedule multiple ones ahead. I think I would have to use a different stream key every time, and I would probably forget, and that would cause technical difficulties. So we'll just go ahead and schedule this coming Saturday, sometime between now and Saturday, and hopefully I don't forget. Alright, it's taken a while to get to the bottom of the chat, guys. I have not got there yet. Dub Rexy says, so many sucky fish in your 50-gallon lowboy. Yeah, it is crazy. They're really growing quick, too. They grow a lot faster in that tank than they do. Like, I've got some super reds that I've had in here probably 3 or 4 weeks longer than what I've had any of these in here. And these are like double the size of the smallest ones that are in here. It's crazy. They grow quick in there, so I'm going to be needing to sell some of these pretty fast. They're like 3/4 of an inch, the larger ones are already. Like, they grow quick in there. And they're eating like pigs. The JQ channel says, hey Jeffro, I've been here for a little while and you're dedicated enough and you should have way more subscribers. Like, I had 200 subscribers at the beginning of the year, and now I'm somewhere around 1,450. So, you know, to me, I'm growing at a pretty good pace for me. I'm fine with it. You know, I don't know what I would do if my channel took off and went nuts. You know, I mean, I'm building a relationship with all of my subscribers. You know, like 3 days a week, I'm face to face with you guys, and I think that helps. You know, I mean, there's so many other videos that are and YouTubers that are out there that make videos, you know, once a week or once a day or blah blah blah, but they never get and sit down. Like, tonight's live stream is Q&A. Like, I'm sitting here giving you guys a chance to ask me questions, you know, and getting to know you guys and what you guys like, and hanging out with you guys, you know. So I'm okay with growing at this pace. It's actually, I don't have to grow like wild and crazy wild, you know. I mean, my channel is growing at a pretty decent pace for me. I'm cool with it. But I do put in a lot of hard work. Let's see here. Jad Orsi is in the house. What is up, Jad? Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Oddball Aquatic says, Jaden, my 3-year-old daughter says, hi, Jeffro. Well, hello, Jaden. Nice to see you tonight. Your mom's got a pretty awesome new job, by the way. Oh, Oddball Aquatic says she thinks this is FaceTime. LOL, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Karen Guppies is in the house. What is up, Karen? Science Gal Aquatic says, always look forward to the stream. I always look forward to them too. There's only been like one time. This is live stream number 66 for me. There's only been one time that I really didn't feel like going live one night, and it was because I really didn't feel good. But I went ahead and went live, and I was glad that I did. Yeah, I always look forward to it. And actually, that Monday night one, I really look forward to that one, because that one kind of is like a little bit different of a buzz. I like the Saturday night one because I know that I get to go live for 2 hours or longer, you know, so we can really hang out for a long time if I've really got a lot of people hanging out. And then the Wednesday night one, I look forward to it because it's shorter. It's during the week. It's a shorter one, so I get to relax afterwards, you know. And then the Monday night one, I look forward to it because I get to hang out with you guys while I do my water changes, and it's been kind of exciting. So, Otter Creek Aquatics is in the house. Finally caught a live stream. Well, I'm glad you did. This one is the Wednesday night format is a Q&A. And then the Saturday night one is a little bit longer of a format, and it's just to hang out. And then Monday nights I've been doing the water changes, and that one has been a big hit. We had like 65 people the other night, so it was pretty cool. All right, we are, let me check again. Tankmates is in the house too. That one kind of, the color of the emoji is really close to Oddball, so that one kind of blended in there, but Tankmates is in the house. What is up? I'm not colorblind, but it feels almost like it. What are you doing back there, Dozer? He rolled around in the dirt really bad again today. He's dirty. Oh. Alrighty. So, Bald and Dangerous says, wait till Livestream 666. It will be a hell of a show. Yeah, I remember some videos, like two videos, you know, within the last couple of months that I was checking to see how they were doing, and they were at like 666 views, and I was like, somebody watch it and get it away from there. That kind of is something else that we could talk about too. It's still out there a ways, but New Year's Eve I'm going to do a long live stream. So on Saturday nights I go live at 7. Yeah, it's at 7. New Year's Eve is on a Tuesday. When is New Year's Eve? I'm going to do I'm going to do a long live stream on New Year's Eve. So if it's a Monday night, it'll be 8 to midnight. If it's a Wednesday night, it'll be 7 to midnight. If it's a Saturday night, I think it's on the weekend. Can't remember. Swaggy Walker, aka Nerdboy Aquatics, says, Jeffroz FishKeeping, I got your package. Thanks, they look great. Wasn't expecting them till tomorrow. I was gonna reach out to you, but I had some big time cell phone issues today, and it really had me scatterbrained. But on that USPS, the only thing I was worried about, Swag Skywalker, was being up in PA. I thought maybe they will be tomorrow. But usually on the 2 to 3 day priority, they usually get there on 2 days, but you got to kind of prepare for 3 days. And I was going to reach out to you and tell you, and I thought I did at the very beginning. Usually it says that long day all the way until the morning of, and then you'll check it and it'll be like out for delivery, and it's kind of aggravating. So I always plan on the day before they say it is. I always plan on 2 day, but I almost wondered on yours being up in PA if it was going to be the 3 day, if it would just take that much longer. But glad they made it. Actually, that's the first time I've shipped when overnight temperatures get that cold, and the first time I've ever shipped with heat packs. So I'd be interesting to see how everything, you know, looked whenever it came in and stuff, because I was kind of pleased with my packaging on that one. But what matters is they made it and they're healthy and all that kind of stuff. So the JQ channel says, hey Jeffro, where can we buy the albino bristlenose plecos and how much? Well, what you got to do is hit me up on Instagram with a direct message and tell me what you're looking for. I've got a few more super reds that are left. The albinos, I've got some that are a little bigger. And then I've got some that I'm really not ready to release them yet, but getting close. But hit me up and I'll tell you prices and shipping and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't have Instagram, go to my About section on my YouTube channel, and there'll be an email address that says for business or something like that. Click on it and you have to tell it that you're not a robot and all that kind of stuff. And then it will give you my email address. So... Oddball Aquatics says, whoopsie, there went the chat. Oddball Aquatics had a question. Wow, I'm kind of way behind. Oddball Aquatics says, hey Jeffro, I'm in the market for a new strain of guppies. What do you think, Dumbos or not? Dumbos are nice. I've never kept the Dumbos, but man, they are nice. I really like them a lot. And I would bet you you could find some that are just gorgeous. Friday Fish Facts is in the house. What is up, Friday Fish Facts? Otter Creek Aquatics. Sub to Tank Mates. I tried to sub to all small fish channels. Us small gotta stick together. Very, very true. Richard Tanks is in the house. We'll have to watch on the replay tomorrow. Need to go to bed. Lots to do tomorrow. Well, thanks for stopping in at least and saying hello, and hopefully you have a good night. Friday Fish Fact says, does anyone know who runs the aquarium live stream? Was information Facebook page? I think it's Nisi. Nisi Rock, I think is her last name. Nisi from the north. Priscilla MK Art is in the house. Oh, look, it's Jeffro. Welcome to the live stream. I like your new emoji. It looks nice. It's really clean. Looks good. Jad Orsi says yes, do a live stream. New Year's Eve stream. I'll have someone to look forward to then. Yep, I will. I don't ever do anything but just hang out around the house on New Year's Eve. And I know for a fact that night is a normal night for me. I just can't think off the top of my head if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday. But I think New Year's Eve is on a Saturday night, and I'll do a long format. You know, if I go live at 7 that night, whatever night it is, I'll go all the way till midnight. And it's kind of crazy because I've got some people on here that'll be Eastern time zone, and they'll already be New Year's and yada yada yada. But I'll stay on until my New Year's is on. So rock in the New Year with the Fish Fam. Much appreciated. Mike Lowry's in the house. Good night from Barbados. Barbados, bro. What's your dream tank setup and tank occupants? Well, I've had my eye on this tank that is on Craigslist for a little over a year now. And the biggest reason why is because the guy does have a lot of money wrapped up in it. And he has to have a lot of money out of it. He can't lose his butt on it. But it's an acrylic 380 gallon, I want to say, frag tank. And it's like 9 foot long, like 6 foot, you know, wide. And then I want to say that it's like 20 inches tall. But it is an amazing setup. It has a real heavy duty powder coated steel stand that it's on, and I would love nothing more than to have some giant plecos in there, you know, so get some royals and different things like that, put some really big plecos in there, and just it would be amazing. Put some cats in there and some big old plecos. But it is huge, 9 feet long, guys. Just think of that. I mean, it is an amazing tank. That pretty much would be my dream setup right now. It's like, I think the last time I looked, he wanted like $3,800 for it. Dubrexy21, I was given rams relatively cheap, something that appreciates my soft water, so happy to be keeping them again. This time gold rams. Tank setup just for them. That's awesome. They've got some really nice rams out there nowadays. Like that new one that, oh my gosh, that Flynn gave to, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but they're like some kind of black ram, German black rams or something like that. Ugh, crazy. Nice. The JQ channel says I'll be watching in an hour. Friday Fish Facts. Yeah, he goes live a little over an hour from now. Uh-oh. There went the chat. There went the chat again. Joel says, oh, hey, guy, I was just taking a nap. Welcome to the live stream. I was on your live stream, but I was away from anything that I could type. I was watching it on the Roku. So I was watching Mr. Chips get scolded for licking. And I was telling everyone that those that was watching Mr. Chips licking himself, Dozer can't reach. So Dozer's right down in here, just lazy. He can't reach. He's too fat. Otter Creek Aquatic says, do you have a website? No, I don't have a website. Mile High Pleco says, how many other people are pleased with your package? Oh God, you dipstick. I was getting ready to answer that. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. Swaggy Skywalker says, sorry about that. Jeff says it was great. Heat pack wasn't warm. So I put that thing in Monday morning, so Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday. It's a 72-hour pack, so interesting. Those are the ones that Mile High Plecos recommended to me, and his, every time I've got stuff from him, were still warm. So that's really only 48 hours, really. Yeah, so that didn't make it. Interesting. Maybe I didn't get them set off good. So Mike, if you're in here, basically all I did is open up the bag, take it out, and shake it up. Kind of like hot hands. But I didn't wait to feel that it got warm or not, so maybe I need to do that next time before I put them in the box. Maybe, were they hard, Jay? Was the heat pack hard? Priscilla, Jeffroz package. Denny Close is in the house. What is up, Denny? I'm lost. Whose package are we talking about? Oh, Lord. I sent a package of Plecos in the mail Monday to a guy that's in the chat, and Mile High Plecos is picking at me, talking about my package. Your, not your emoji, you know, your avatar, I guess you would say. Priscilla. Mike Lowry's in the house. If I didn't say your name already, welcome to the live stream. I thought I did, but maybe not. There's 53 here right now, so it's kind of difficult to keep up. And I'm way behind in the chat. I seen something 125. They're called the Dark Night Rams. Oh yeah, they're really awesome. Those Dark Night Rams are really awesome. D from Down the Wormhole is here. What is up, D? Melvin's Aquatics Empire is here. What is up, Melvin? You're silly, Priscilla. Fresh babies are awesome. Super excited for you. Kyle Massey says, I have an 8-foot by 3 wide by 2 acrylic sitting in my shed. I got for $350 undrilled. That's nice. That's very nice. I don't know why he's asking so much for it, though. I just assumed that he had a lot of money tied up into it. Because I offered him, since he was asking like, it's either $3,500 or $3,800, I offered him like $1,000 for it. And he was really nice about it. I wasn't trying to do a tire kicker thing. I was just trying to see if that would buy it. Because I had the money to... I actually at that time could have bought the tank, but I didn't want to spend that much for it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Friday Fish Fact says, do you think Royal Plecos would destroy a planted tank? I've never kept them before, so I can't tell you for sure, but I would almost bet most Plecos do. You know, like this planted 40-gallon breeder right here. I've even got some dwarf sage carpeting up here in the front, and those albino bristlenose that I've got in there are really gentle with the plants. Like, they can find the creases and get through really good, and they don't tear it up at all. But I think if I had my super reds in there, or my commons, I think they would. These albinos are a little more graceful for some reason. Let's see here. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? So, Jeffro, how many tanks do you have? Right now, I've got 35 tanks set up, and then I've got 3 empty 20-gallon longs that are just like for a project down the road. And then I've got my 2 summer tubs. One of them's 140 gallon and the other one's a 90 gallon. I've still got those set up with heaters outside, and like we've been having 30-degree temps overnight, 34, 35, whatever. And then like today, I don't think it really got over 51 degrees all day today. And I was out there earlier checking the temps, and we're still up in the mid 70s. So we're still doing good. We're in late October and still holding. But I will admit, today is Wednesday. I think Wednesday of last week is whenever I had to add back evaporation. It's evaporating big time. Like this morning, whenever I took the dogs out, it's like a bunch of steam coming off of them, because when you get down into the 30s at night and it's so cold outside, and then the warm water in there, it's dissipating big time. I probably added 50 gallons to the tubs today. That's how much evaporation in 1 week. That's a lot, guys. Could you imagine? That's more than this 40-gallon breeder right here. Can you imagine if that thing evaporated out in 1 week? It's kind of crazy. So I need to get some kind of situation figured out to put some lids on there and hold some of that in there. Because I might be able to go into November if I do that, But it's a lot of fun to do this little project to see how long I can go with it. Fish are doing great. Krusty Bojangles is in the house. What is up, Krusty? Blues Underground is in the house. What is up? Romaine Paul is in the house. What is up, Romaine Paul? Like long time no see. Tank Mate says, I was so excited to see that you finally came out with the 50-gallon lowboy video. Yeah, and I don't think I've got any more videos on that one coming up for a while. I do have some fish in there that I'll make a video about before long, but yeah, I can't wait to start getting some crazy plecos and put in there. I see how it is. Oh, you got 1,000 for fish stuffs, but can't make it to event. That was like back last spring whenever I offered the guy 1,000 for that tank, by the way. He's had it on Craigslist for like a little over a year, and yeah, so it was back in the spring, somewhere around in there, whenever I offered him 1,000 for it. Alrighty, let's see here. Where are we at? What kind of plants were they that you sent with the plecos? Those are Naha grass or guppy grass. So those work really good for like if you got any live bearers or anything like that. You can put them in the tank. You can plant them if you wanted to, but they work really good in a fry tank as a floating plant. And at first, if you do a little bit of easy green once a week and get them taken off, you got to put them in a tank that doesn't have a lot of high flow, because it doesn't do as good with high flow. But I put the guppy grass in there to help soak up nitrates. But yep, it will propagate. That's enough to, make guppy grass go. Adrian Castillo says, Jeff, you missed out on the swap from this weekend. I picked up some L66. Yep. TM Aquatics was on my Monday night's live stream, and he said that I didn't really miss a whole lot, but he did go there get what he went there to get. He got a bunch of different plecos. I mean, he got some 333s, he got some zebras. So yeah, he got some plecos. Whoa. Otter Creek Aquatic says, has anyone been keeping green phantom plecos a while? Mine is getting white patches on him. Not sure what's going on. I have never kept that one before, so maybe someone else in the chat can help you out there. But that doesn't sound good. Mike Lowry has a question. What's your crash course on shrimp? Convince me. Well, I started out with red cherries, and I got some that were listed as like high grade, and when I got them, I didn't really like the color. So I put them in my son's room in a 20-gallon aquarium, and I went back online and I found some that were painted fire red, and I ordered some of those, and they were more expensive, so I figured, well, that's probably what the deal is. The other ones I got off of eBay or something like that, you know, and I got these fire red ones, and I was like, wow. And they were pretty easy to breed, which was fun. My LFS likes them. He takes them all the time. And then I decided I wanted some blue ones. So I ordered some blue ones online, but they were breeding pretty dark. And they got to where they were breeding black. And in the fire red shrimp that I got, there was one black juvenile, solid black, and I had pulled her out. Ended up being a female, and I put her in the 20-gallon with the not so red cherry shrimp, and they started breeding, and I mean, they were shooting out some black ones with golden backs, and then before you know it, they just started all the time having blacks. So I took the blue ones, they were called a blueberry phantom or something like that, Neocaridina. I took some of the blue ones out, and I put in here, you know, fast forward, you know, a year, and I put them in here with some wild cherries that I had started getting out of there. And I took all the black blueberry phantoms that were shooting out, and then I took all the black ones out of that other tank, and I combined them into one tank, and I started getting to where I was breeding pretty true. I've got a pretty true black rose type of Neocaridina shrimp out of those. So it was kind of a fun little project. You can, you know, cull out colors that you don't want, and then just keep the colors that you do want and just keep on going. I mean, right now I've got it down to where pretty much every batch is black, but every once in a while they'll have some blue on there. You know, if it's a female, you know, the clutch holders or whatever you call them, every once in a while those little plates will be a little bit blue, but for the most part they're black. And then probably about 7 or 8 months ago, I got some fantasy blue dreams from Flip Aquatics, and been breeding shrimp somewhere around 2 years now, and just you just get the shrimp bug. Once you get them, you get the shrimp bug. They're just it's hard to explain. Once you get one color, you start getting to where you want another color, and now behind me I have set up a tank, a 20-gallon long, for some crystal shrimp, and those are a Caridina species, and they require a little bit more, they're a little bit pickier on their water parameters, but I really worked with the Neocaridina shrimp for a long time to, and I was chicken to start with the, you know, Caridina, but the crystal shrimp are like the cherry shrimp of the Caridina species. They're like, you know, pretty bulletproof. So I think I'm going to do good with them. I think I've had them now, tomorrow, 3 weeks, somewhere around in there. I've still got them in a little quarantine type setup. So it's hard to explain, but once you get some shrimp, you'll get like a shrimp bug. You know, I've got 4 tanks that are shrimp only. And then I've got like 4 tanks that have shrimp and plecos and fish and everything in them. So I've got like 8 tanks that have shrimp in them. Hopefully that convinces you, Mike. They are a lot of fun, and I've got some for sale too. If you ever want some, just hit me up on Instagram and send me a message, and I'll tell you what I got and how much they are, and we'll get you hooked up. Denny Close says, "Hey, Mr. Jeffro, how many types of plecos have you at the moment? What are they?" I've got 4 different types of Ancestris bristlenose plecos. I've got long fin albino, I've got short fin albino, I've got super reds, and then I've got your commons. Oh, and I've also got some calico. So I've got calico, super red, and calico is a mixture of common and super red. It kind of like orange and brown, you know, mixture, kind of a calico color, but they're short fin. And then I've also got a clown pleco. Then I've also got L182 Starlight pleco and a L183 Starlight pleco. And then I've got your common pleco, so the type that pet stores really shouldn't be selling that get really big. And I've got him, he's like 12 inches or something like that. My son got him at Walmart, and we're growing him out. He's getting pretty big, actually. And I think, if I'm not forgetting anything, I think that's it. So, just a bunch of bristlenose plecos, really. I'm wanting to crack into the high pansistrus ones. I've never kept those, and because they're more of like a meat eater. You know, all these bristlenose plecos just eat, you know, veggies and, you know, food tabs and stuff like that. Let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. We meet again in another live stream. Also need to talk about this next coming weekend. I believe it's this next coming, no, not this weekend, but the following weekend. We're having our meet and greet. You got to go to Sergeant Tank's Facebook page, but anyone that's in, you know, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, we're having like a meetup in Chicago where we're going to go to a bunch of different pet stores. We're going to go shop hopping, you know, and then of course get as many YouTubers there as possible to kind of have like a YouTuber meetup thing. Not this coming weekend, but the following, the first weekend in November. Boom, boom, boom. Adrian says, Jeff, you missed out on the swap! Exclamation mark. That is crazy evaporation. Covering them would help a lot. Insulation, yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to. I need to take my shower filter down, get all the media out of it, and put it down in those tanks, and bring the shower filter and the pump and the stand and everything inside. Just leave the media down in one of those tubs, and then make some kind of rig job, you know, top, even if it's a tarp or something like that, you know. Get a tarp and clamp it down or something. You know, I'll do something, because I know I can crack into November, because temps have been down in the 30s overnight, and daytime temps in the 50s a lot of times, and we're staying in the mid 70s and holding. So I think I'm going to be able to do it, especially if I put some tops on it. It is crazy evaporation though. I was like, today I was like, golly, that's got to be like 50 gallons. I was actually thinking maybe even 75. Somewhere between 50 and 75 gallons of water I added today, and I did the same thing last Wednesday, so my water bill is going to start going up. Uh-oh. Just missed. Okay. Everyone hates Canada. Whatever. Lisa's Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Lisa? Boom, 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 boom. It was a fun Q&A, Jeffro, but the venison is done and it's time to eat. Take care, y'all. Nice, tank mates. That sounds so good right now. I seen somebody, I think it was a Facebook friend, was grinding up a bunch of venison today, and I was like, man, that sounds so good. I haven't had good deer meat in quite a while. Tacoma Aquatics says, Jeffro, what do you feed your Neo shrimp? I feed them all kinds of stuff. I do feed some Shrimp King Complete. And there's also this other one. I'm getting ready to make a video on it. But like these North Fin kelp wafers that are back here, I feed those predominantly. That's their main diet. But I don't do it every day. And then I also feed them green beans and stuff like that as well. Like right now I'm getting to where on green bean day I'll feed like it's somewhere between 3 and 4 cans of green beans to all my tanks, because everything that I've got in the fish room eats it. But my Neocardinas, predominantly their food that they eat the most is the North Fin kelp wafers, and they all devour it. They love it. Let's see here. Friday Fish Fact says you don't ship to Canada, do you? Nope, I don't do anything but U.S. right now. Us Canadians get shafted. Now I know why Mike was saying everyone hates Canada. Real. It's really hard for me not to say real thing for you fish tanks, but reels tanks. Hi at Jeffroz FishKeeping. I made it. Thanks a lot, buddy. Nice to see you. Let's see. Are you breeding the starlights? Danny, that's a good question. My starlights are really, I think, just not quite mature yet. I think I got those in February or March. So age-wise, they should be. But size-wise, I don't think they're really ready yet. I really don't. I think my L183s should be. I've got some L183s that are gigantic. I got this one that is just huge. But I just don't think the L182s are ready yet. Part of me wants to take those 20-gallon longs that I got this last week on the $1 per gallon sale and maybe set up a new stand and take the L182s and the L183s out and put them in a 20 long setup and try to get them going that way. That's what I'm mulling around in my mind, because right now they're in 40-gallon breeders. Got the L182s up top in a 40-gallon breeder, planted aquarium, and then I've got the L183s below in a 40-gallon breeder, planted aquarium, and you know, they don't spend a whole lot of time together except at feeding time. And I think if I got them in a 20-gallon long setup, it might have their mind more on things. And I haven't done anything to really try either, you know. I've just been letting them grow out and do their own thing. And yeah, they're beautiful though. The L182s are gorgeous. Mike's got some clutches right now, so he'll have some ready in a month or two. Rob93 Aquatics is in the house. What is up, man? Nice to see ya. Indiana in the building. Let's see here. Corvus says that meetup too far. LOL. Yeah, I know. And you know, I really kick myself for not going to the aquatic experience this year. So I plan on going next year, but I know for sure if Aquashella is in Chicago, I could have went to it this year. I was only like a couple hours away from it that day, but I was just lazy that day. Like I could have went to Aquashella no problem, and I really kind of kicked myself in the butt for doing that too. But Aquashella, that's the one that I promise if they go to Chicago and nothing major happens where I can't because of something, you know, that one I will go to. I wouldn't go to the Aquashella if they have it in Dallas, Texas. Not that I don't like Texas. I love it. And I know that IFG would probably be at that one too, because he's down in Texas. But I can drive to the Aquashella in Chicago. I only live like 4 hours, somewhere around in there, away from Chicago. So, yep. Dank Tank says, yo, I've been here. Did somebody say you wasn't, buddy? Buddy old pal? Buddy old pal? Uh-oh. Okay. I missed Dank's 9 more something. Dank had a lot. I'm so far behind. It's crazy. Good. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. So if Dozer can't lick his own butt, who licks it for him? He scratches it on things. Like I'll catch him lifting his tail up and backing up to something and scratching it because he knows he can't lick it. It's funny. Dubrexy21 says I can get 10 to 15 2-foot old stainless steel tanks for free, but I feel bad knowing that they are actually valuable. Yeah, it's one of those type of things where they don't know what they've got. Yeah, I see what you mean. Melvin says nothing. Oh, okay. Don't cry, Jeffro. Uh-oh. What did I do? What did I do? Uh-oh. IFG is in the house. I didn't see him. There he is. What is up, Evan? Nice to see you, buddy. I was just talking about you. And then you appeared. Mike says he's got at least 70 baby L182s. That will be nice. I'll probably buy some more. Yeah, I'm way behind. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, terribly behind. Boom, 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 boom. Adrian Castillo says, you could stay with me. I'll be moving to Dallas in May. Dang, that's crazy. That's actually not a bad idea. Frankie Foundation, any fancy plecos yet? Nope. If you're asking if I've got my L182s or L183s to breed yet, no. And I don't have anything ordered or in stock of anything fancy other than those. Red Dirt Cichlids is in the house. What is up? How's the pleco tank going? Oh, and then you asked any fancy plecos yet. It's going good. Right now I'm just growing out these albinos, and eventually if I find something that I want to buy, I can always move these albinos to a different tank. I'm just growing them out in this 55 gallon because they grow quick in there. So I'll sell them throughout the winter if I can. Albinos don't go all that good. I'll run some specials on them. Yeah, I know, I'm really behind, ain't I? Brown Dirt Warrior. Are you talking about Dozer Dank? Oh. Curtis Wegener says, lost a fish during my water change today. That stinks. Not good. It happens though. The more and more aquariums that you get and the more and more fish you get, the more and more you lose as well. Rob93 says, I'm waiting and I'm going to throw a piece of shrimp in there soon. It's looking great. Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate the help. Alright. So, we got about 20 more minutes left. Anybody got any questions? Tonight's Q&A. We've had quite a few questions. I mean, I kind of got lost there. I've been live almost an hour, and crazy, it doesn't seem like it. 55 watching. That is awesome. Usually on my live streams, on a nightly basis, it's like 35 watching pretty much continuous the whole time. So both times that I've looked up tonight, it's over 50, so that's great. Dougie from Bald and Dangerous asks, Jeffro, how's the frogs? They're doing great. That little vivarium that I built for them is growing out really good. It's turned into a big time jungle in there, and yeah, they're really a lot of fun. They're not as messy as what I thought. Dank had me thinking that they were going to be really, really messy, but mine aren't that messy. Like, I don't know. Dank said that his are really messy, but mine really aren't. Dank Tank says, have you got your fruit flies going? Yep, I got it going. I got my second one started, and it's starting to go. Dan's Fish says, what is the last fish that bred in your fish room? Oh boy, let's see here. I've got stuff breeding all the time. My panda guppies dropped some fry Monday during the live stream when I was doing water changes. So when I dropped that water level, it caused that big pregnant female to drop fry. So the panda guppies, I would say. Yep. I'm raising up some longfin leopard danios right now that I spawned, and then my zebra danios spawned again. So I've got like a bunch of baby fry of those. But the last fish that bred in the fish room would have to be those panda guppies. The JQ channel says, "Hey Jeffro, when is the next Aquashella and how do you find out?" I'm pretty positive right now that they haven't made it official when everything is, but the word on the street is that they're going to have 2 next year. One in Dallas, Texas, and I think that one's going to be in either February or March, but that's not, it's not official yet. And then the other one I think was it in August or September, somewhere around in there. But it's not official yet. But if you just Google Aquashella, there's an actual website for that. And then just stay up with the Fish Fam, and we'll let you know as soon as we know. Somebody said something about Dozer. Dank Tank says, "I think it's time for Dan to set up a frog tank. What do you think?" Yeah, I seen Dan's video on fruit fly cultures too. So maybe Dan has some frogs. Red Dirt Cichlid says, "We come for Dozer. You just happen to be in the video." Dozer, you got fans, buddy. You gonna come see me? You wanna come here and see me? Come on. Come here. He's like, "Do I have to get up, Dad? You gonna come see me? Huh? You gonna come see me?" He's hiding from me. What are you hiding for? What are you hiding for? I don't know why he's hiding back there. Yeah, Dozer's my buddy. Curtis Wagoner says, "What is the oldest fish you have?" That is a good question. That is a really good question. Hang on one second. I thought my super reds had spawned while I was on here. I got a male that's all caved up. My oldest fish in the fish room. Man. Gosh, guys, I really don't know. That's a really good question. I don't name any of my fish, so it's not like I've got, little Jimmy and I'm like, "Hey Jimmy, how are you doing?" I really can't tell you. That's a good question, but I'm stumped. Huh. We've got a box turtle that we've had for about 8-9 years, somewhere around in there. That's the oldest pet in the house. Dozer is 5 and Mia is 5. So Squirtle the turtle, then Mia, then Dozer, and then I can't really think of an older fish that I have that I know for a fact is like old. Huh. I don't know. It's probably one of my I've got a really old female Endler that is a red bar Endler female, and she is one of those type that whenever she gets pregnant, she hides. She acts like a wild person. But I would say that's probably one of my oldest fish. And she's probably only like a little over a year old, maybe a year and 6 months, maybe a year and a half. Because they just overturn all the time, You're selling them and yada yada yada. Tacoma Aquatic says, "Jeffro, any specific plants you want to try? I recently got some Trident Java Fern and it's growing in dope." I've got some Java Fern Windelobe that's kind of like the Trident, a little bit different, but it's got the little fingers on the end. But I think the Trident maybe has 3, where the Windelope has more tentacles on the end. But I started out with just a small little portion from Aquarium Co-op probably around a year ago, and I glued them onto a really nice flat piece of Malaysian driftwood, and I mean, it is just covered the whole thing. Big old bushy, beautiful piece. A specific plant that I want to try, well, I just got some of it. I'd been wanting Crypspiralis for a long time, and I got some from Dustin's Fish Tanks probably about a month ago now, and it's taken off and going crazy, and I really like that plant a lot. I'm really in love with like all crypts, but that one I had been looking at for a long time, and I got that one and got it going. But there's tons of plants. I'm really kind of into stem plants right now. I've got a ton of stem plants going on right now, different colors, which kind of helps. Dan's Fish says golden Mantella as soon as I find some. Cool. Adrian says it's always funny to watch people talk to their dogs. Yeah, Dozer probably thinks I'm a real weirdo because I'm sitting here talking for hours on end, and this is the only time he ever sees me talk when there's not somebody sitting here with me. So I bet you he is just like, I'm gonna sleep through this and pretend like Dad is not talking to the TV. I'm gonna pretend like this is really not happening. He's like hiding from me. Look, he's there, but he's like hiding. Oh, he's over by the door now. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's right down there. Right there. Little weirdo. Little weirdo. He's my little weirdo. He is a weirdo. Mile High Plecos with the $2 super chat says, poopy butt. Sucks to be you. Thanks for the $2 super chat, Mike. I really appreciate that. And hopefully I wasn't ignoring your messages, because I know last time, if you're going to ignore me, I'm going to text you. Real Tanks, it's so hard not to say real thing for you fish tanks. Reels Tank says, how long have you been keeping fish? So, when I was growing up, Mom and Dad wouldn't let me keep aquariums, but every once in a while you would have a goldfish tank, you know, like a goldfish bowl, you know, from the state fair or whatever. And then whenever I moved out when I was 17 and I got my first apartment, I got an aquarium immediately, and I did like some live bears like mollies, and then I did some tiger barbs and different things like that. And then I kept on working my way up to, like, I got a 125 gallon freshwater tank, and I kept like big plecos in there, big catfish in there, and then I had a great big giant 24-inch long pacu Sinbad. He was awesome. And then when I moved to Iowa, we left the 125 in Missouri, and I moved to Iowa in 2001. And we left the 125 there, but we got some 20 gallons here that we set up here, and on again, off again throughout the years. We would, you know, always have an aquarium set up. Nothing major, like not a lot of tanks, you know, just maybe 1 or 2 at a time. Most of the time it was just live bears, like guppies and stuff like that. Then I kind of got out of it. Would have been probably 2010, somewhere around in there. Got out of it up until about 2016. So was completely without. And what the deal was is my youngest really gets attached to things. He names them, you know. I mean, he won't let me feed feeder fish to his piranha. So I have to do that whenever he's gone to his mom's house. He's really, like, you know, attached to everything. And it was like one of those every time they would die type of thing. So he had his aquariums at his mom's house. But then, you know, somewhere around summer of 2016, I got back in it. And this time I got MTS with it, you know. So been keeping fish on again, off again since I was like 17, and I'm like 42. Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby. Dank must be eating some Doritos Locos Tacos. Jeff, does your beard smell like tacos or Doritos? Neither. We had pizza for supper, so it probably smells like pizza. Popsicle said, how far are you moving? Do you have access to both locations? I don't know what that means, Popsicle. I moved like almost 18 years ago, and I'm not moving anywhere. Maybe someone else is moving? Oh, okay, sorry. Krusty Bojango says, any suggestions for moving fish and tanks? Well, I've got a video that I've made, but I haven't released it yet. Well, I haven't even edited it yet, but it's the worst day, my worst day in fish keeping. And I'll tell you this without giving too much away. This 55 gallon back here, whenever I bought it, it had like 70 or so swordtails in it. Really beautiful colony of swordtails. And it had some moss in it, and it had some rocks in it. And I brought a bunch of bags with me to bag up all the fish, because when I purchased it, and it was a 2-hour drive. I bought it off of Craigslist. And the guy talked me into draining the water down to only about yay deep, and then we would carry it out to my vehicle, and I would bring it home that way, and it should be good. And I kind of got to thinking about it while I was there. I really wanted to bag the fish up. My gut was telling me, bag the fish, bag the fish, bag the fish. But I was kind of listening to him, and I'm like, you know, we could do it this way, you know. I mean, I think that would work. Well, I got home, and the rocks that were in the tank just beat the fish up. I lost like 16, and I checked numerous times on the way home, and they looked like they were doing fine. There's Dozer again. What are you doing back there? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? That box that's right there has got shrimp food in it, and he just now stuck his nose in it to smell it. What a weirdo. So I would suggest not doing it that way. If you have a tank that just has shrimp in it, that might be okay, as long as you get a lot of any kind of loose rocks or anything like that out of it. But there's no good way to do it. I mean, if you take it completely down, you kill all your beneficial bacteria. You know, you're taking all your plants out. I mean, I've got hundreds of plants. It would be crazy to have to move right now. It would just be nuts. Come here and see me. Come on. Come on. You're being naughty back there, getting into a bunch of stuff. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. He's nosy. Nosing around on that tank back there. To keep most of the water, keep most of the tank water and transfer. And then another thing you got to be careful with is if you keep too much water in an aquarium when you're carrying it, it can break on you. So it's really, really kind of dangerous to carry an aquarium that has water in it, because every gallon weighs almost 10 pounds. It's like 8 pounds of water for a gallon. So you think you've got the weight of the tank, and then you've got this water in there. Is it, 10 gallons in there? Well, that's almost 100 pounds. That's 80 to 100 pounds in there. And these are just guesstimations, because you're looking at, so like that 55 gallon back there, it might have had 80 pounds of water in it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't very smart. So, got to be careful. Now I understand what Popsicle was. How far are you moving? No. It's not that shrimp are less fragile than fish. It's it depends on what kind of setup it is. Like Mike from Aqua Pros, he had a planted aquascaped aquarium with great big giant rocks in it and a bunch of bushy soft plants and stuff. And he kept all his shrimp in it, but he drained his water down. And then he put the hang on the back filter down inside there and everything too. And I think that right there would be okay. But you got to be careful, and it depends on every setup also. Tacoma Aquatic says Jeffroz FishKeeping, do a pleco versus tacos, LMAO. That's one thing why I'm wanting to really get into Hypancistris. Not the only thing, but Hypancistris would open the door on some really cool pleco versus foods, you know, because they can eat meat. All right, I just got my excuse me, guys. Just got my notification. Dan's Fish just went live, so we're gonna go ahead and call it quits for the night. Thanks to everybody that came out tonight. We had 50 for a whole hour, 50 plus for a whole hour. We've still got 50 watching right now. So let's all go over and flood Dan's Fish on his live stream and see what he's up to tonight. And see you guys Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll hang out again. And hopefully you guys have a great rest of the weekend. And peace out, y'all. Peace.